Welcome to Pouring Takes. I'm Charlie Van.
And I am Rayya. This is Pouring Takes, where our mental health basically relies on Dallas sports and all sports together. We're going to be talking you guys through our lives, trying out fancy cocktails at different bars, while breaking down all things sports. Charlie, where are we?
Well, we're back in the village. We're here at Over Under Sports Bar. This is like my go-to spot since I do live here. And I have several here. Let's say Lamina.
That's because there are several spots here.
It's a great place. That's why I've been here 7 years. No, Over Under, awesome place. Have great drink specials, especially during game time. We're going to take a $5 shot, which they have going on here soon. But this coming Sunday, they have the Super Bowl watch party.
Oh, yeah, it is Super Bowl Sunday. Or as I like to call it, like the beginning of Taylor Swift's next album drop.
I thought you were going to say non-Cowboys playing holiday.
No, I have moved on. I am no longer drinking myself to death on the weekends about the Cowboys. Now I'm excited about Taylor Swift's new album.
We're just going to talk about these upcoming Taylor Swift bets here in a second, where we are drinking ourselves. But also what's cool about Over Under, like I said, love coming here all the time. Staff is awesome. Tuesday night, trivia night, which, I mean, trivia is bumping, is popping here. Great food. Love the hamburger, love the wings. And
what's your trivia specialty?
Pop culture. I would say music, movies, superheroes. History, science, I'm out.
See, I can do the science bit and a little bit of history. Sports trivia.
Sports trivia is good. It just depends. If it gets more stats in baseball, like I need to get more well-rounded.
I'm a numbers person. That just comes naturally to me.
That adds up. But that's what's great about trivia. It doesn't matter. You find friends that have those similar interests, right? But
so you'll be here Sunday for the Super Bowl party.
I will be here soon.
So yeah, you guys come out and hang out with Charlie.
Out with me. Let's watch a good, hopefully good game.
And if you want to access our socials, find us at pouringtakes.com. We're on Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Discord, X, Threads. I don't know. I'm losing count. But that's how you can track us down and come and hang out with us wherever we end up on Super Bowl Sunday.
We're all over, so chat with us, disagree with us.
Oh, I love a good fight.
She does. She does. She throws some head kicks, but
Charlie,
it's okay. You're passionate. Passionate, but no, we are very excited. Thank you once again, Over Under the Village Dallas, for having us back again. So, Rayya, man, what are we drinking?
Oh, this beautiful cocktail. Yes, this is a Dirty Shirley.
Ooh, I like that name.
Thank you, Jordan,
and
from
cheers,
Over Under, for making these for us. This was kind of my idea, given that Taylor Swift is such a big storyline going into the Super Bowl. At all the games, she was drinking vodka cranberries and red wine, and so we wanted a cocktail that not only matched the colors of the Super Bowl team, but also reflected my Swiftiness.
That's very Swift of you.
Drink.
There we go. No, let's say it's. That's pretty good. It is sweet.
It is really sweet.
It is very sweet. This
could get me in trouble.
Yeah. Well, originally we were thinking like maybe we do like you were saying red wine, but red wine shots.
I mean, I can handle it. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, this is perfect actually. It's a good combo, good mix. Dirty Shirley. So be sure if you want to partake also on Sunday. If you're feeling very Taylor Swift, grab your one here. But no, I like it. I like the kind of, especially the Sprite kind of combo.
Yeah, I love anything with like a little extra carbonation kick. Actually, if it were me, I probably wouldn't have done Sprite. I would have just done regular like seltzer or club soda.
Yeah.
With a hint of lime, because I like that. But I think the Sprite makes it a little too sweet, especially with the grenadine. The balance is a little off for me.
Well, Taylor Swift is sweet, right? Maybe the Chiefs will have a sweet victory. We'll have to wait and see about that. And of course, here in a second, do you want to do it right now, or you want to wait?
Well, I figured it would be cool to celebrate. So I thought we'd be coming on the show to celebrate Dallas getting the World Cup final.
Oh yeah.
And we didn't. We were betrayed. The news of us getting the finale had been trending for weeks and weeks in advance. And then yesterday, come to find out, they gave it to fucking MetLife in New Jersey.
Another deep fake, getting our hopes up. Once again, Dallas team will not be in a final, but we still get a semifinal. It's better than nothing, I'll say
It's better than nothing, and we are hosting the most games in the World Cup. We get 9 of them.
That's good.
And we get the big semifinal, so it's all right. I feel like I shouldn't be mad, but I think because we were teased.
Yeah.
I'm a little hurt. My feelings are hurt.
How do you feel that, I haven't listened to anything today from like Jerry, but how do you feel that he feels? I remember I was at a Cowboy game.
It's foolish. They threw a whole ass party at AT&T Stadium. It kind of reminds me of like Selection Sunday when the college football team doesn't get picked and all the cameras are on them. Florida State.
Well, I remember I was at the Jets game, home game, the Cowboys Jets, and Jerry had the FIFA present, which everybody was just boo, like, but still, or like, I bet he's trying to get the final here. Like, obviously, in the end, we got 9 games, but still, I mean, the final here, the uproar, like, I don't know.
Yeah, well, anyway, cheers to the city of Dallas / Arlington.
Yeah.
For an upcoming summer to remember in 26.
2026, here we go. Green tea.
Okay, so like you said, green tea shots, $5 all day Sunday during the Super Bowl party. And if you're anything like me and you make shot bets, this is a very fiscally positive option.
Yes, they are good. It's been our go-to for the show for quite
for years. Our friendship is built on green tea shots.
They're good, they're safe. Hey, they're not Rumpleman. Like
the oil slick?
Oh, we ain't gonna talk about the oil slick.
Throw back to the oil slick.
We ain't gonna talk about the night after the oil slick.
All right, let's jump into it. Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah.
Chiefs and 49ers. So the way that we're gonna talk about this is, let's talk about the Chiefs, what they're good at, what their keys to victory are, some negatives. We'll do the same thing for the 49ers. Then you and I will make our picks. Sound good?
Oh, sounds good.
Cool. So currently the Niners are favored by 1.5 points. Which I kind of find it to be a smaller spread than expected. I probably would have given the Niners like at least a 3-point edge just from a betting standpoint. And that's not my pick. I am just into gambling, okay? But yeah, this is a very tight spread, calling this like a pick'em game, essentially. Yeah. So what are your thoughts on Kansas City that don't involve Taylor Swift?
I know, right? I feel like that is the story of the season because most of the regular season was not great for this team to their standards. They run the ball very well when they can. Obviously, that connection between Mahomes and Kelsey, which has been a little off most of the season, but come postseason, I mean, it looks like Brady Gronk, and they have to keep that going. What does concern me is if we do start seeing those drops again, because the Niners defense will take absolutely where I feel like the Ravens were lost in the spotlight. This Niners defense, I don't think will. We saw that the first time around.
Mm-hmm. Okay, for me, my positive for the Chiefs is, I'm biased, you know where I'm going.
Taylor Swift.
No, it's not Taylor Swift. No, I'm a smart football girl, okay? There's more to me than Taylor Swift right now. Is Rashee Rice. The chemistry between Patrick Mahomes and Rashee Rice. Yeah. Patrick Mahomes finally has a reliable receiver in the young rookie. Like I said, SMU, one of my favorite players coming out of school. So seeing him having that chemistry, and like you said, that complements the run game, that complements Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes' chemistry being in line. So I really like how that looks. Also, we'll throw the experience in there. Literally, we're in the Super Bowl last year. So they've got better insight, better like, okay, this is how media week is going to work. This is where I need to be. This is where I'm taking my photos, this and that. Like they're already used to all that garbage, whereas San Francisco, probably not.
It's been a little bit 2020, and they have such a new, not a completely new team, but a lot of new players. And yeah, no, I think you're right. The experience factor.
And then I got one more positive. Kansas City's defense. One of the hottest defenses coming out of this season, which was really unexpected, which takes a lot of pressure off of Patrick Mahomes and that offense if that defense can kind of control Brock Purdy and company. My negative would be that they don't play a complete game. They play hard the first half, and something just happens in the second half. We touched on it a little bit last week, and if you're not going to score any points in the second half, that's kind of dangerous. And against a 49er offense, that can go up. If this turns into a shootout, the Kansas City Chiefs really need to get it together in the second half.
Well, especially 49ers that we just saw in the Lions, they can adapt, and they started very slow in that first half with the Lions and then picked it up. And well, you kind of saw that in that first matchup of the Super Bowl. Like it really was that shootout, which was exciting but dicey for both teams. But yeah, I mean, I agree. They have to go all the way through.
Okay, so what about the 49ers? What are you excited to see?
Man, I'm excited to see CMC. That's one thing they did not have in 2020. Well, I mean, that's been such a big game changer, right? And that's what they do really well. Obviously, you have Debo there, but they utilize so much Ayuk as well. They need to go to him. So this is big shoes for Purdy, but he rose to the occasion. I want to also see them come down from, come back from late, like just like they did with the Lions, because you can do that with Mahomes.
You can do that with Mahomes, and that's one of the things I do appreciate about the 49ers is in the playoffs, they've been pushed. They've been down early, and they've had to come back, play from behind, and they've shown that they can do that. I actually would not like to see them get punched in the mouth. I want to see them punch Kansas City in the mouth. I think that would be a fun little wrinkle in the action.
Which they've been known to do most of this season, minus, the Ravens really, outside of the injury. Like, they have been known to be that aggressor. We know also well. But a lot of teams do too. What I actually overall love to see, the coaches. Shanahan, Andy Reid,
it's a
what
very
adjustment,
good coaching matchup.
And both make good adjustment. Let's just say Kyle Shanahan isn't going to make the same mistakes that Nick Sirianni did. They're not going to take. Not that he took it lightly, but they let the pedal off the metal in that second.
They left the pedal. They took their foot off the pedal.
There's words. All right, I'm already. Maybe I'm not a vodka.
Vodka's not helping you.
Yeah, it's been a day.
Facts.
But yes, I feel like Shanahan's a lot smarter than that and can make those adjustments and not let off.
Okay, what about the 49ers concerns you into Super Bowl Sunday?
So, if they I'll say this. I'll give Brock Purdy his props what he's been able to do. But this defense can be overwhelming too. And we have saw with the Ravens how you can overwhelm it. If he turns the ball over more than once, it's over.
Ooh, that's a bold prediction.
Yeah.
Is that a shot take I'm hearing?
That is a shot take.
Oh, okay.
We'll ask him how the Ravens game went. 4 turnovers, you can't do that to any team. But especially that's one thing with the Ravens, 2 turnovers against this Chiefs team.
I'm curious to see if Brock Purdy is going to use his legs again. That was a big storyline in the game last week, 2 weeks ago. I don't know. What are days?
It feels like it was last week.
I think I think they're going to force him to be mobile again, and I want to see if he can keep that trend up or if that was like a flash in the pan kind of situation. Because like you said, that Kansas City defense is overwhelming. So how do you combat that? Don't just stand in the pocket and wait for something to happen.
And, we didn't touch on this last episode, but, that's one knock with Lamar that last game. What did he do less of? Mobility. Even Odell, you saw that clip, he's like, when you run, abandoned that. I agree. That scramble, it was great. We do need to see that because this defense will. I just think it does come down a lot on his shoulders because the inexperience too. So turnover less. I think they'll be a little bit better shape.
Okay, my favorite question to ask you. Who you got?
Don't let GR. No. I got the Chiefs.
You're going with the Chiefs. You're going with the underdog.
Uh-huh.
What's the big reason why?
Experience.
Yeah.
Ask Tom Brady. And I say that because those guys who've been there, that aura, the Chiefs are just one of those auras. It's just, for me, it's hard. Not surprised at the other. I think these are equally I think this is a great matchup, exciting matchup.
It's the Super Bowl no one wanted.
And it's one that I kind of like, even though I'm going with the Chiefs pick, I do hope the Niners are not surprised. It's so hard in the post for me to hey, outside
against Mahomes?
Brady was the only one to do it, and Mahomes had no O-line. So.
All right, well, I will say this to you. Brady did have an Achilles heel, and his name is Eli Manning. He wasn't perfect. Patrick Mahomes is not perfect.
Yeah.
I'm going to roll with the Niners on this one.
All right.
There's so much they can do on offense, and I think their defense is good enough to kind of force Kansas City to pick and choose how they're going to run their offense.
Can I tell you something before this show? Just so we finally are trying to agree. I almost went the Niners, and I was because I'm really torn.
This is why I made you go first.
Yes, and that's why it is a pick 'em for me, though. Although, man, Mahomes can win on one leg, but I get it though. But I think the Niners are a lot smarter than what the Eagles, and I just want to see a really good game.
I'm hoping it's going to be a good game.
I'm not surprised whatever the result. I think it will be as close as the spread, and both have really good kickers too. Comes down, so maybe field goal.
Maybe. All right, but let's talk about the more fun part of the Super Bowl.
Yeah, this is the part you really wanted to talk about.
This is the part I actually care about.
And most America, right?
We could talk about football analysis all day, every day, and that's totally fine. But prop bets
Yeah.
are what make this more fun. I mean, you remember your birthday? We were shooting prop bets left and right. Like we were like guessing.
We were shooting a lot of things that day.
We were talking about who was going to score first, what was the other one? What song was Rihanna going to open with? How long was Rihanna going to perform for? Like we were throwing shots back and forth. So we had a lot of fun with that. So I pulled out 8 different prop bets. And thank you, MGM Bet and FanDuel, for having the most obscure things I have seen. And what we're going to do is we're going to make our picks. Hopefully we can argue a little bit. Yep. Don't agree with me on everything, Charlie.
Well, we just disagreed on who's winning the Super Bowl,
Finally,
so we're on a good start. We're on a good start.
And losers buying shots next episode. Sound good?
All right.
Okay. So the first one I put on here is how many times are they going to show Taylor Swift on camera, and the over-under is set at 4, aka once per quarter.
So let me ask you this. Like, I know she's doing, because you follow her more than I do, and I know she's wrapping up in Japan, right?
She's actually starting that leg of her tour this week.
So how quickly Japan to Vegas, well, probably maybe go to LA, or maybe straight right there. So what is have they said what the likelihood? I know Travis wasn't there last night for the Grammys, so that...
Well, that makes sense. Travis shouldn't have been at the Grammys last night. So here's the dealio. Taylor Swift has 3 shows in Tokyo, and the final show being Saturday. The key is time difference.
Yeah.
Tokyo is like 12 hours ahead of us. So when she finishes her Tokyo show, it's actually 6 a.m. on Saturday here.
Such a time warp.
Right? That's mind-blowing.
This is when Red Bull needs to get involved, like, hey, we gotcha.
So if her show finishes at 6 a.m. and she gets on her private jet by 8 a.m., you know, the thing that's doing all the fuel emissions that she's getting in trouble for. She gets on her jet between like 8 and 10 o'clock in the morning in Japan. She can be in Vegas by Saturday night, sleep the night, and be all set to go Super Bowl Sunday.
That's a lot.
It's a lot to ask her.
But she'll do it.
But that's her man.
Because they're in love.
He showed up in Rio.
He did. He showed up in Rio, or was it Rio or Argentina?
It was Rio.
But then Argentina, but he didn't show up for the game. Well, but you know, she'll make it happen. I mean, they support it. I mean, it is the storyline of the NFL this year.
They are.
They need her there.
They're a power couple. Like, just think about like the views, the merchandise. Like, it's been a total game changer.
There's been people who never cared about football until. But hey, you know, she could probably buy a team. Could she buy the Cowboys?
I wish.
Yeah.
That'd be a lot of fun. Bedazzle the uniforms, Taylor. I'm all in.
So what are these? So
the number of times that Taylor Swift is on camera, over under 4 times. Do you think it's going to be less than that or more than that?
I think it's going to be more than that. If she makes it there, it's going to be more than that.
So from a football standpoint, if I'm the 49ers, I am locking down Travis Kelce. He is not touching the ball.
Yeah.
And if he is not touching the ball, there's no reason to show her on camera.
Oh, they'll still show her.
So I'm going to take the under.
All right. I like that. I don't know. I feel like there's too much on stake. It's in the script.
Like, they'll show her before the game starts. Maybe they'll show her walking into the stadium. But, like, in terms of, like, game time during those 4 quarters, maybe they'll pan to her during halftime.
They'll definitely drop pass.
They might. But I'm saying, if I'm the 49ers, he is not touching the ball. Just saying.
All right.
Okay. How about the number of times that she is mentioned on the broadcast? I have that set at over under 5 times.
I'll take the under, just with how big the event, and I get how popular she is. But at the end of the day, this is Super Bowl, and the majority of the fan base, like they're gonna get sick of that.
I'm taking the over.
All right,
Tony Romo is a Swiftie.
Oh, he is. Well, Tony Romo's already married the couple, and they're not even.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, he thinks they're already married. That's right.
He's married them twice, and he's been corrected.
But he's a Swiftie, and he likes to randomly shout her out in random contexts. So I'm going to take the over here.
He just loves these starlets. He knows from experience.
Yeah, he's lived it. And now he gets to watch from the sideline.
Yeah.
Okay. How about Travis Kelce proposing to Taylor Swift after the game? This is set at a yes at plus 1060. So if you bet $100 and he proposes, you win $1,000.
Under.
Or is it 10,000?
I'm calling the under. I'm calling the under on this one.
So you're saying no. You're taking.
Way
taking
too
the favorite.
soon.
Yeah, I'm with you too. I mean, we don't actually know how long they've been dating for.
5 months, technically. But behind the scenes,
I can't imagine Taylor Swift wanting to be proposed to like that.
She just got out of, and it's just not healthy. Like, I think they're having fun. Like, I think we're blowing this like
he did say I love you on a hot mic.
He loves everybody.
He said, I effing love you on a hot mic.
Well, how much? How much is that push? We don't know.
I just don't think he'd propose to her then. Maybe like after he wins the Super Bowl in a special thing that is about her, not about him.
Well, you know he's got to stick with it or he's the next album.
Oh, yeah.
Which is coming out.
On that note,
April 19th.
That is a breakup album coming out,
yeah.
and I can't effing wait. Okay, moving on. All right, yes or no that Taylor Swift's flight path is shown on the CBS broadcast, either before, during, or after the game?
Is this going to be, so I don't know if you ever watched this growing up as a kid when it was the Santa tracker.
Yeah,
when
just
it was just
like that.
Yeah, or the Taylor Swift tracker. She actually parachutes in into
okay,
the
Lady
game.
Gaga already did it. We don't need another one.
But I think it's the under on that. That's a little ridiculous.
Yeah,
but
you would say no, that they don't show the flight path?
No.
I'm going to say yes.
All right.
Because it's CBS, it's obnoxious. They're going to make a cute little graphic of Taylor on her little private jet with like a big head, and she's going to fly.
Well, she comes in Saturday though.
And the jet trail is going to be glitter and sparkles because it's bejeweled.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they're going to show it and they're going to make a big deal out of it.
Unless she flies in Saturday night, you don't know.
No, I'm saying like the map.
Oh,
they're going to show her flight path. That's what I'm asking about.
That's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. That's why they're going to do it.
Come on. I just want to see Usher.
All right. Last Taylor Swift one, and then we'll go into the game.
All right.
Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift have an on-camera kiss. The yes is favored at negative 180.
That makes sense. I mean,
only if they win. Factor that
makes
in.
sense because he is emotional and he does walk up sometimes. So.
Okay, I agree with you, but they have to win. So I'm going no. I'm taking the underdog here.
That it doesn't happen.
Well, I picked the 49ers.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Hello,
that's
stay
right.
consistent.
Just don't grab his helmet, or don't get in his practice space, or he'll chunk your helmet.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if Taylor Swift was in his practice space, he'd be okay with that. Okay, coin toss result. Obviously, it's a 50-50 between heads and tails. What are you taking?
I'll go heads.
I'm going to go tails. I always pick tails.
All right, there we go.
And on that note, who wins the coin toss?
Chiefs.
And they will?
They will start.
Yeah, I think they would accept.
I would. I mean, I would start. I would start them.
I feel like if the Niners win, then they'll defer.
You don't want to give that. Just see what that Niners offense right off the bat. Even as good as the Chiefs defense is, I mean, they can just run the ball down. Yeah.
Okay. Color of the Gatorade bath for the winning team. It's Coach. And we have odds for every color. So if it's red or pink, it's plus 260. If it's purple, it's plus 330. Yellow lime, lemon lime, plus 400. Blue, plus 460. Orange, plus 500. And if it's water, because they're lame, plus 1,000.
Man. I'm going to do the under.
No, you pick one color.
Oh, shit.
There
I'm
is
sorry.
no over-under.
What is... Sorry. My brain... I think they go blue.
All right, I'm going to roll with orange at plus 500 because orange is like the original like Gatorade color, and I feel like that's always the one that gets picked.
Honestly, I was going back and forth. I was like... I just like the blue one.
I could argue that lemon lime is the superior Gatorade, but it's never the one that they use for the Gatorade bath. I don't know why.
And then you know the NFL scripted if it's red pink.
Yeah, true that. That's why it's probably the favorite.
I know.
Okay.
Just play into their vibe.
Now for me, this is our last one.
This is the one I love. I love the whole halftime bets because this is what we're doing last year, and I'm an Usher guy.
I am an Usher girl. Usher was like my man crush all through
Nice
middle school, high school.
I remember Nice and Slow came out, and oh yeah.
Charlie, were you bumping and grinding?
I mean, I was 10. I don't know how much, but I was, I
love that Tanner was bumping.
Oh yeah. Well,
At least you own it.
now in high school, yeah, that was my dance. and then when I was a mascot too.
When you were a mascot, we have to do an episode about your mascot days. Okay, so Usher's opening song. Yeah is favored the most, or second most, at plus 225. My Way is 225. DJ God is Falling in Love, 500. Love in This Club, plus 600. Oh My God at plus 800. Boyfriend at 1100. Superstar at 1100. Burn at 1200. Good Good at 1800. And My Boo at plus 2000.
I'm going with Yeah, because that's the bang you rock with, and I'm going to say the surprise guest is Little John comes out with him. You go out
You
strong.
go ATL?
Yeah. You start off strong, you end with Burn.
So, I don't think you end with Burn. Why would you end on a slow
Burns
song?
are great. Or, well, where's Nice and Slow on here? Godly.
You know, this is the Super Bowl halftime show. If you give the people what they want and lead off with Yeah, that's fucking lame.
Well, I mean, Rihanna actually started with one of her beginning.
She started with Bitch Better Have My Money,
That's
which
a good
was
one.
Great.
That is a good one.
All of us thought she was going to start with I thought it was going to be All of the Lights because it has the best opening intro.
I mean,
And
you do if
she
you have
didn't have
Kanye
a
with
special
them.
guest.
Well, but Little John's like, can you get me back in the game? Come on. Ain't no Little John, no Usher.
Yeah, I'm gonna not say Yeah is gonna be opener. I'm gonna go Yeah being the closer, and I think Oh My God is gonna be the opener.
All right. I'm just gonna throw a monkey wrench. Do you think My Way's the second one? They gotta go at least. So you gotta give them.
I mean, it might be. I haven't given it much thought outside of the opener and the closer. But I think it's going to be a fast-paced, energetic show.
Yeah.
It's not. He's not going to Bruno Mars it. Like Bruno Mars was iconic.
Or The Weeknd.
Or The Weeknd. They were just one man on a very simple stage. Like, I think Usher's going to bring a party.
Oh. Well.
And there's going to be choreo. Answer me this. I did not put this.
All right.
Does Usher take his shirt off? And what's the method in which he takes his shirt off?
That used to be his MO.
I know.
And they stopped for a long time.
I mean, he does have that Vegas residency.
Yeah. He's got to do the open, but that's when you do Nice and Slow. Why is it not on? He's doing Nice and Slow on there. He's doing it.
Yeah, I'm also going to say yes to a shirt rip because it's not Usher without the shirt rip.
U.S. H-E-R.
But he'll do it towards the end of the show. I think he does it before Yeah.
What is Confessions on there?
Confessions?
It is not.
This is just openers.
Openers.
Yeah, I can see him doing a sample of Confessions, but again, these are slow songs. He's not going to perform all of his slow songs. That's ridiculous.
Well, you got to do Nice and Slow.
I think if he does a slow song, it's going to be like My Boo, and he brings out Alicia Keys, because it's Alicia Keys.
She's
He's
back.
opening up with Make Me Want It.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's my shot tonight.
Noted. You're all in on our bets now.
Does he get elevated?
Does he get elevated?
I'm sorry, the Rihanna, I can't do heights, but Rihanna up high, that was awesome. Everybody's getting elevated.
No, my brain just went somewhere dirty, so
Yeah.
we're not doing this. We're not going to go there. But I have a lot of thoughts on what he can do.
This is going to be a great halftime show. I really expect it. Also, we haven't obviously seen him in quite some time, too, and he was the ultimate performer.
He has a Vegas residency.
Okay,
he just dropped an album.
Well, we don't see him here in town.
You know, I've seen him live.
You have?
I have.
See, I've never seen him, and
I
that's
saw
why
him
I'm disappointed.
at American Airlines Center in 2016.
Yeah.
It was my birthday weekend.
Yeah.
It was a great show.
I want to see. He's always on my gotta see, and that's what I'm just saying. We don't get to. Now everybody gets to see him.
All right, well, that's it for prop bets. That was an interesting conversation. I've learned a lot about you today.
Well, love me some Usher.
Had no idea. Okay, so staying in the football realm, we got a little tidbit of Cowboys news. I know we touched on it a bit last week with Dan Quinn becoming the head coach in Washington. We're down to 2 candidates to backfill him, and it's between Mike Zimmer and Ron Rivera. Nothing has been confirmed yet.
Well, they're interviewing this week, right?
Yes. I was watching ESPN before I came here, and Adam Schefter said I had one guy tell me it was Mike Zimmer's job to lose, and another guy tell me it was Ron Rivera's job to lose.
Jeez, man, the stakes went high.
Oh, shit. Out of these two, is there someone you prefer more than somebody else, or are you upset at the choices?
I mean, I'm not necessarily upset at the choices. I mean, they're safe picks. I mean, I'm more of I think Mike Vrabel coming in is something different. You know, we've been talking about this. Cowboys tend to do the same old thing, wear the same old hat, and I kind of feel like this. Although if you're going to get more out of, I feel like Zimmer, who's already been there prior to 2021, he had a really dang good top defense there with the Vikings. He knows that culture. He will be in your face. He is acquired taste. With Ron Rivera, I'm just not sure. I didn't like a lot what I saw with this Commanders defense, not like what I saw in Carolina. I think for Ron, I would take a back seat right now. Zimmer is going to be your best quick decision, but I would have much preferred like a Vrabel or that.
Yeah, I got one word for you. Geriatric. This coaching staff is geriatric. And
is that a pun for Jerry?
It's boring and effing lame. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
You have an opportunity to do something different and try something new. What's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over and over, yeah?
Well, and if you look at like from the team standpoint, Joe Witt Jr., but obviously now Quinn got him. The one guy, though, that hasn't been brought over to the Commanders that has a really good relationship with Dan that actually the players really love. I know we're kind of 50-50 on him, but, I mean, Al Harris.
No, I don't want him as a D coordinator. I want him exactly where he is. He is not a defensive coordinator. Take care of my secondary. We're going to have all new dudes as safeties.
So it's a lot better than Ron Rivera coming in that. So I do not. I agree. I will say I'll agree. I don't like both of those. I think they're safe picks. I think it's old school. I think if Jerry's going all in, you bring in Mike Vrabel.
Yeah.
Which I thought was like last week I saw.
Did you hear like why he didn't get a job? Did you hear Vrabel? They said that his like body language wasn't on point. Like they said that he came across as like kind of coy, kind of like shy, kind of defeated. That it didn't feel like he could like command anybody. Essentially, is what the feedback was. And I was like, that's
Vrabel's not a man of a lot of words, which I'm fine with.
No, I want an obnoxious, in your face, get the job fucking done kind of person. And I really hope Mike Zimmer's that guy. If you have to make me choose between Ron Rivera and
Zimmer can be in your face. He is known to be in your face.
God, I will get in
Ron Rivera in the past was.
Could you imagine if I was a coach? I'd be such a bitch.
But I don't know that Vrabel is.
Thank you.
But here's the thing. I don't think Vrabel's that guy that's just going to sit. I just think there's some people that can interview well, they can't. But that dude is still, that was one of the top defenses for a while in that Titan. They were. So got that team to the AFC Championship. I think he can be in the locker room. He might not just show up and have the bells and whistles. At the end of the day, they don't want to pay him. That's the thing. Zimmer's the easier choice there.
It's unfortunate, and this Washington team is going to have a lot of changes. Bringing in Cliff Kingsbury, possibly getting Caleb Williams somehow. They're going to get better. New York Giants are kind of putting their pieces together. Like, it's not going to be the same as last year. I still think we're the best team in the NFC East.
It's a lot of rebuilding
going on. There will be some competition. I think the first couple weeks are telling.
The hardest part, though, for any of these defensive coordinators, or for whoever's going to be our coordinator, is you're in there with Mike McCarthy, who knows this is a prove-it year. That's kind of tough because you could be going with him. That's why I think they're going to go Zimmer, because they'll do like a one-year deal. They'll see. I'm not saying Zimmer's going to be the next head coach. I'm just saying they'll look outside, but this is like the safe, cheaper bet.
I wanted the hot guy from Tampa.
Well, I don't think Jerry's looking at hot guy. Who's what? He's like we have a lot of contracts coming up that we got to negotiate. What's cheaper for them? I think that's ultimately what he's looking at.
All right, well, this has sufficiently ticked me off for the evening, so we're going to get away from football and talk about another topic that ticks me off equally. What the hell is going on with the Mavs?
You're correct. That ticks off everybody. It's been shit. I don't usually cut on
real shit.
Big shit. I mean, the blown leads. Where do I begin? Known kid, met him. He's all. I think the problem here is it's from the top.
Yeah,
right?
Nobody's being held accountable.
Nobody's been held accountable.
Luka's running around like crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Kyrie is hurt. Dwight Powell has goggles.
I know. Actually, those goggles, I was like, he might go swimming.
I don't know.
He may keep the goggles though.
No. take you and your goggles back to Canada, please.
He's very swimmingly
going back to Canada. Yeah, there's a lot of also like trade rumors out there. You sent me an interesting.
They all feel like deepfakes. They all feel like we've been. I know. I don't know why I'm using that term. But it's all the same shit, like you said, right? It just all falls to nothing.
Yeah.
The Siakam was the biggest one.
Yeah, we should have gotten Siakam. After the Siakam trade didn't happen, like, you're telling me we're trading for PJ Tucker? We're going for Andre Drummond? Like, please, just tank the season. I don't even want to go to the playoffs. Give me a draft pick. Fuck it. I'm done.
It's been an emotional roller coaster because, I mean, this is the second season we're underachieving. 2022 made the conference finals, but then you broke up the band to get one guy that can't stay healthy. I know you were trying to make a drastic, but you also sent another guy that is star power right now that I know people are 50-50 hate on.
You're talking about Porzingis?
No.
Oh, then who are you talking about?
Brunson. Yeah. Because when I'm sitting here last Wednesday here at the beautiful over under, I can't ever tell. That's because
lit. Someone is lit over here.
No, and there's not a player on that court that can do it. That was the one guy that could, and you just don't have that answer. Whether it's Brunson or not, you didn't bring anybody to be that answer.
Can I bring this up because you said Jalen Brunson?
Yeah.
The Knicks are making moves. Seriously making moves over there. I think they're trying to get LeBron. Not this season, but next season. And I know that's horrible for Knicks fans for me to say, but the way that they're conducting their business, the way they're lined up their draft picks, I believe they have like 7 or 11 draft picks over the next 3-4 years. Something ridiculous like that. They're lining up to make a big move. And even this season, they're saying, hey, Boston, Milwaukee, Miami, watch out. We're going to make some noise here at the Garden.
But would LeBron leave Bronny?
LeBron is waiting for Bronny to be drafted.
Yeah.
And then he'll make decisions. But like I said, the Knicks are building capital. They're building a quality team. They're making themselves a destination. That is what the Mavs are not doing.
I totally agree. I mean, it's if you just watch Stephen A. Smith. no, seriously, no. Even last year, they've done a complete 180, and we've de-invested. We were on the right path, and then, I mean, I still think too, going back to Kidd, Mark Cuban wanted a Steve Nash. He wanted a players coach, but the difference is Steve Nash is in your face. Popovich is a player's coach, but he's in your face. Jason Kidd is a really good player that wants to be the friend and be that player.
Is this just a Dallas thing? Is this like a Southern hospitality culture thing?
It's not a Rangers thing.
Where we're passive aggressive and we're not, saying what we really mean. We're not telling our guys, hey, you need to be better this way, and if you're not better this way, I'm going to put my foot up your ass.
Well, it's the new Dallas way.
It's a trend across all the teams. Like if you look at the Mavs, the Cowboys, the Stars even, everyone's afraid to tell off your big star player because, oh, God forbid that we discourage free agents from coming here. Guess what? If we're not fucking winning, no one's coming here. It doesn't matter what the culture of the team is.
Yeah, no, I agree, except for the Rangers.
Except for the Rangers.
Yeah, but they had a revamp, and but no, I mean, it's been the new age way. I mean, if you look in the 90s, Jimmy, all around has been, Jimmy was the precedent. I mean, there's no better coach than that as far as getting in your face. But yeah, no, it's been a problem. Comes to ownership, comes to Mark, comes to Nico. We won't talk about Jerry.
I am tired of the fake nice boys.
Yeah.
Like, if you're gonna be an asshole, just be an asshole.
And Kidd was good being an asshole on the court too. So I don't know where the back seat is going. But if you're being rewarded with it, you're not going to stop it.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Well, we'll see. Trade deadline is this Thursday, 3 o'clock our time. So we'll see if the Mavs make any last-minute moves before the All-Star break. Stars back in action tomorrow.
Tomorrow night.
So, good things there. Ottinger had a fabulous time in Toronto.
You saw his little brother?
Little brother had a great time. I saw they took a ton of photos with Justin Bieber. So good for him. Good things there. Let's get into this before we head out of here. You wanted to talk to me about some shit going on in the WWE.
Well, I think everybody's talking about the last 72 hours, and I've had nothing but to do to be like, just glued. It's been interesting. First thing I want to say is, and this is
Charlie, set the
unfortunately going to change anything. At the end of the day, if you're going after people's families, you're low trash.
Oh, yeah.
You're doing death threats, you're low trash. Sorry, as this table, but you are. At the end of the day, it's entertainment. I know what you want, what you don't want. At the end of the day, get a life.
Okay.
Sorry. So now I'm going to get into it. Just wanted to get that out of the way. So SmackDown comes around last Friday night. Cody Rhodes comes on SmackDown. Obviously, we're waiting. We saw Bayley. I knew it. Io Sky. She picks her WrestleMania. So we're waiting. Seth last Monday cut the promo. He wants to, bait Cody in. He wants that match. Here comes Cody on Friday night. Roman Reigns. Of course, my heart. He's going to choose Roman Reigns.
Okay, back it up a little bit.
Yeah.
What happened at WrestleMania last year that influences what's happening in the current WWE story?
Oh, we're going to go all the way back?
Yeah, I set the stage.
I'll set the stage. All right. So Cody Rhodes comes into WrestleMania. Roman Reigns, huge WrestleMania night too. Obviously, a lot of Cody Rhodes fans, people thinking he was going to finish the story, beat Roman Reigns.
Finish the story. Sorry, speaking of stories, does Cody Rhodes look like Homelander to you?
Yeah, I have seen that though. He does. He's Homelander, he's Captain America, he's the American Nightmare. There you go. That's it. So everyone's on the Cody ride. He won the Royal Rumble, coming back from a torn pick. If you're following Cody, you think he's the guy to beat Roman Reigns. Nobody's beaten him since, 2020? Didn't happen. Interference. We talked about that. Roman Reigns wins. Now what? He's building that redemption story. You're invested. Finish the story. Become the champ his dad was. That is his goal. That's why he's back in WWE.
So he wins the Rumble.
He wins
again.
the Royal, which I said I predicted.
Yep.
Which I think a lot did. He wins the Royal. He says, he points to Roman in the crowd at Royal Rumble. I want you. Comes to SmackDown, face to face. We're like, all right, he's going to make his decision. Even though Seth is like, I want you. Something to think about, which I kind of thought was after CM Punk got hurt. It's like, okay, I kind of get it.
I figured that's what it was, because I would have loved to see CM Punk and Seth Rollins, but continue.
Mind you, Seth Rollins, there is real backstage beef between Cody and Seth, and Seth has lost 3 times now to Cody Rhodes. But still, the big match is Roman Cody. So he gets in it, after Roman all cutting down the heavyweight title, and he's like, I don't want to just beat you. I want to take everything from you. I want that WWE title. I'll take everything you. But not at WrestleMania. You can just see ooh, I'm just following things like what? And I've been getting special counsel. Somebody that you know. And then I knew, and if you smell, boom. Which gave me chills. Anytime I hear that, I'm a Rock guy, so anytime that.
I do love the crowd reaction whenever he comes out.
And he comes out, it's just like, and it's like, just anytime, even when he was actively wrestling, that song just drives you crazy. And he comes out, and then I knew, I kind of knew what was about to happen there, because the swerve, we're not about to get Cody and Roman, and then you just see the handshake. Cody walks out. He did look a little dejected now. That maybe that's by performance, but maybe that might be true.
They better be kicking him some extra money for taking this bullet.
I mean, he just got the cover of WWE 2K, so I think money is not the thing. But that opportunity to headline again, that still is gonna hurt. But Cody is a company man. He is a businessman, and his story will pay off. But fans' reaction, it right now has over 600,000 dislikes when it was The Rock.
Dislikes, shit.
Obviously there's been a lot of backlash in the last 7 days, bad things, going around that I just mentioned. But there's a lot of speculation to why. There's been talks that he came in and made an executive decision to do it. There's been others. This has been the decision all along.
Okay, well, I will say, being a PR person, knowing that they brought in The Rock when they did, and all of the allegations and lawsuits and
that was
shit
another
happening,
thing.
you gotta have that face. You know, you gotta put your best foot forward in certain situations. But you know, like initially, when I found all this out, like I said, being new to the sport, entertainment, I was like, why wouldn't anyone want to see Roman and The Rock? Like, that is the whole thing. It's the bloodline. It's The Rock. He's been everything to a lot of people since we were kids. And it's like, you know, it's a dream. But now kind of like reading stuff and watching videos, okay, now I understand why the fans are mad.
Well,
like, I actually understand.
I do 100% believe you got fans invested in this story, and that's how big Cody is. Cody, that's not Cody's character. I've seen Cody in person. That's who he is. You got him invested, and I think also you go back to the CM Punk. I think people are still throwing that and pissed about that. At the same time, like, I feel like there is a longer story you can still build with Cody. I think that it's not like people aren't going to tune in and watch.
Okay, but now I can't get this one thing out of my head, and I don't even remember who said it. But someone
was it the soccer meme?
No, someone called Cody Rhodes the best #2 wrestler of all time, and I was like, yikes. That kind of sucks. That's like, I don't know. You ain't first, you're last. Yeah, I feel bad for him. I feel bad that, you know, he was set up to go a certain direction, and then all this shit that was out of his control happened.
Yeah, I mean,
and there's a lot you can do, but I'm gonna say, like, from a sports fan perspective, I want to see The Rock and Roman.
yeah.
From somebody who understands the storyline, okay, I can understand why you'd want to see Cody back in there all over again.
I think if The Rock had won the Royal Rumble or something happened, like, I think more fans were, okay, that would have been a cool surprise at number 30. Like, I saw more people agreeing to that. It's just you had Cody won, and then he picked his opponent, and it was like, okay, we're getting this. Even though there were reports going out long before that he's not finishing his story. They don't have plans to finish. But now you made it obvious, okay, well, maybe that was a distraction. So I think there's a lot of also just confusion and frustration, but I will say this, there may be some other swerve, and if anybody can take heat, it's The Rock. He did it. I mean, he knows how to take heat, and he'll take that negative pressure off of whatever. Just, we're going to have to watch. It's just been interesting because Team Z's involved, soccer memes are involved, we want Cody. It reminds me of season 8 of Game of Thrones.
I heard that comparison
yes,
too. I am not a Game of Thrones person either, but I've heard a lot of people say that as well.
Well, you know, let's just say those writers lost their Star Wars movie because of how season 8. That's how passionate fans and wrestling fans are. Very passionate. They take it personally. They're intense. They know what they want. Sometimes they don't know what they want. It's all of the above, but they will let you be known one way or another.
Well, speaking of psychotic fans, tune in next week for our UFC 298 preview. Yes. We've got a couple friends that might stop by. Big matchups. Got a couple belts on the line. We got Jeff Neal, our buddy, fighting. So we're going to dig into all of that next week. We'll get into all of the Super Bowl results, pay off our prop bets. Should be a fun show. Do we have a location, or are we in the studio?
To be continued, or to be determined.
Yes. All right, y'all. Have a great night and enjoy the Super Bowl.